You have within you an untapped reservoir of potential, a power so vast that it can change the course of your life if you simply choose to believe in it, and if you decide without hesitation to commit yourself every single day to the journey of becoming your best version, no matter what anyone says, no matter what obstacles appear, no matter how many times you are told that it cannot be done, because the truth is, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The only walls that can hold you back are the ones you allow to remain standing in your mind. And the only person who can truly stop you from achieving greatness is the one staring back at you in the mirror, doubting your own worth, questioning your own abilities, and wondering if the dream that burns in your heart is too big to ever become real, when in reality that dream is already within your grasp, already a part of you, already waiting for you to stand up, step forward, and claim it with everything you've got. And every single day that you delay, every moment you hesitate, every ounce of doubt you entertain is a moment that you steal from your future, from the life you were meant to live, from the legacy that only you can leave behind, because no one else can walk your path, no one else can fight your battles, no one else can endure the hardships that are specifically designed to shape you into the person you are destined to become. And so it all begins with belief, pure, unwavering belief. It's the kind of belief that does not waver when the storm clouds gather, the kind of belief that stands firm when everyone else is shaking in fear, the kind of belief that fuels you to take action, to keep going, to press forward even when the journey is long and the nights are dark and your body is tired and your mind is screaming for rest, because belief is the engine and consistency is the fuel. And together, they form the unstoppable force that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary stories of triumph, resilience, and glory. And let me tell you, there is no shortcut around this truth. There is no magic wand that will make it easy. There is only you showing up day after day, hour after hour, moment after moment, putting in the work, doing what others are unwilling to do, sacrificing what others refuse to sacrifice, enduring what others cannot endure, because greatness is not granted, greatness is earned, greatness is forged in the fires of struggle, trials, and relentless perseverance. And if you want the life you dream of, if you want the success that seems so distant, if you want the respect, the freedom, the abundance, the fulfillment that your heart yearns for, you must understand this simple truth. You have to be consistent. You have to show up. You have to deliver when nobody is watching. You have to keep going when it feels like the world is against you. And you have to refuse to quit when quitting seems like the easier option, because the world rewards those who endure. The universe conspires in favor of those who persist. And history remembers those who refuse to stop, who refuse to compromise their vision, who refuse to let fear dictate their actions. And so you must make a decision today, a decision that will shape the rest of your life, a decision to believe in yourself without reservation, without hesitation, without doubt, and to commit to the path of relentless action, because nothing worth having comes easy, nothing worth achieving comes without effort, and nothing worth pursuing can be gained without the courage to keep moving, keep fighting, keep believing, and keep trusting in the process, even when the outcome is not yet visible, even when the obstacles seem insurmountable, even when everyone else is telling you to settle, to compromise, to give up, because your life is too precious, your purpose is too important, your dreams are too big to waste on doubt, hesitation, or fear. And every day that you stay consistent, every day that you refuse to let small setbacks derail you, every day that you maintain faith in your ability to overcome, you are building a foundation so strong, a momentum so powerful, a path so certain, that nothing and no one can stand in your way, nothing and no one can stop you from achieving the greatness that is already waiting inside of you. And let me be clear, this journey is not about luck. It is not about waiting for someone to give you permission. It is not about finding the perfect conditions. It is about taking control of your life, making the commitment to yourself, and relentlessly moving forward. Because life does not wait. Opportunities do not wait. Your dreams will not wait. The time is now. The moment is yours. And if you waste another second doubting yourself, another minute hesitating, another hour postponing your greatness, you are cheating yourself out of the life you were meant to live. And there is no excuse, there is no justification, there is no reason good enough to delay your progress. Because every day that you choose action over inaction, persistence over quitting, belief over doubt, is a day that brings you closer to the life you were designed to experience. And so you must develop the habit of consistency, the discipline to keep showing up, the patience to endure setbacks, the strength to withstand criticism, the courage to face failure, and the wisdom to understand that every step, no matter how small, matters, because greatness is not a sudden arrival. It is a journey, a process, a series of small, deliberate, intentional actions repeated day after day, week after week, month after month, until the results become inevitable. And you look back one day and realize that the life you once thought was impossible is now your reality. Because you never gave up, because you never stopped believing, because you never wavered in your commitment to yourself. And that, my friend, is the power of belief combined with consistency, the force that can turn ordinary people into extraordinary achievers, the catalyst that can transform dreams into reality, the principle that separates those who succeed from those who only watch success happen to others, the mindset that ensures that no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks, no matter the naysayers, no matter the fear, you keep moving forward, you keep fighting, you keep learning, you keep improving, you keep showing up, you keep delivering, and you keep trusting that the life you are working for is on its way, because the universe has a way of rewarding those who refuse to quit, those who refuse to compromise their vision, those who refuse to settle for less than they are capable of, those who refuse to allow doubt and fear to dictate their future. And so you must embrace this truth today. You must internalize it. You must live it, breathe it, speak it, and act on it, because it is not enough to simply believe in yourself in theory. It is not enough to simply dream about what could be. It is not enough to hope that things will work out. You must take action. You must stay consistent. You must fight through the pain, endure the struggle, overcome the obstacles, and keep your eyes on the prize, because the life you want is waiting for you. The destiny you were born to fulfill is waiting for you. The greatness that resides inside of you is waiting for you. And all you have to do is believe. And all you have to do is show up. And all you have to do is stay consistent, because success is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice, a matter of discipline, a matter of persistence, a matter of faith, a matter of refusing to quit, a matter of never settling, a matter of keeping your eyes on the vision, even when the path is unclear, even when the road is rough, even when everyone around you doubts, even when you feel like giving up, even when the world tells you that it is impossible. Because the truth is, nothing is impossible for the person who refuses to stop. Nothing is beyond the reach of the person who refuses to quit. Nothing is unattainable for the person who keeps showing up. And nothing is out of reach for the person who believes in themselves with unwavering certainty. And this is not just about achieving financial success or fame or recognition. This is about living a life of purpose, a life of fulfillment, a life that reflects the deepest desires of your hearts, a life where you look in the mirror and know that you gave everything you had, that you never compromised, that you never settled, that you never let fear dictate your actions, and that you walked the path of greatness with courage, with conviction, with consistency, and with belief, because that is the life that is available to you. That is the life that is waiting for you. That is the life you are fully capable of achieving if you choose to embrace it fully. And so today, make the decision, make the commitment, make the promise to yourself that you will no longer allow doubt, fear, hesitation, or distractions to steer you away from your destiny, that you will rise above the challenges, that you will push past the limits, that you will overcome every obstacle, that you will stay focused, that you will stay disciplined, that you will stay consistent, that you will continue to believe in yourself no matter what. Because belief without action is empty. Action without consistency is wasted. And consistency without belief is meaningless. But when you combine belief, action, and consistency, there is nothing that can stop you, nothing that can defeat you, nothing that can prevent you from living the life you were meant to live. And every day that you commit to this, every hour that you stay focused, every moment that you refuse to quit, you are stepping closer to the life that once seemed impossible, and eventually that life will be yours, fully, completely, undeniably, because you refuse to give up, because you refuse to settle, because you refuse to let doubt control your destiny, and because you believed in yourself when no one else did, and that belief, that persistence, that consistency is what will carry you through every storm, every challenge, every setback, until you reach the summit of your dreams, until you achieve what you once thought was unattainable, until you stand victorious, knowing that you did not just dream, you did not just hope, you did not just wait, you acted, you persisted, you believed, and you stayed consistent. And that, my friend, is the key to success, the key to fulfillment, the key to greatness, the key to becoming the person you were always meant to be. And it starts with you right here, right now, making the decision to believe, to act, to stay consistent, to rise above, to push forward, to never give up, to never quit, to never settle, to never allow fear to rule, to trust the process, to trust your ability, to trust your vision, and to commit to the journey, because the journey is where growth happens. The journey is where character is built. The journey is where strength is forged. The journey is where you become the person you were meant to become. And the only way to complete that journey successfully is to believe in yourself, stay consistent, and never, ever quit. Because your life, your dreams, your destiny, your greatness, your purpose, all of it depends on this. All of it waits for you to take action. All of it rewards those who refuse to give up. And all of it becomes reality for the person who believes in themselves with unwavering faith, acts with unwavering discipline, and persists with unwavering consistency. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop the person who refuses to quit. And that person, my friend, can be you if you choose it, if you decide it, if you commit to it, if you believe in yourself, and if you stay consistent every single day for the rest of your life. And that is how dreams become reality. And that is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. And that is how you too can transform your life. Starting right now, starting today, starting with the decision to believe and to stay consistent and to never ever give up, no matter what stands in your way, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how impossible it seems, because your belief, your consistency, your refusal to quit is stronger than any obstacle, is greater than any challenge, and is more powerful than any doubt. And as long as you carry that within you, there is nothing that can prevent you from living the life you were destined to live, achieving the success you were meant to achieve, and becoming the person you were always meant to become. And so, my friends, the message is simple yet profound. Believe in yourself, stay consistent, never quit, never settle, and keep moving forward, because the life you dream of, the destiny you were born for, and the greatness inside of you all depend on it. You have within you a power that is immeasurable, a potential that is limitless, a gift so profound that it can change not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you if you choose to recognize it, if you choose to honor it, if you choose to believe in it fully and without hesitation. Because the truth is that belief in yourself is not optional. It is essential. It is the foundation upon which every success, every dream, every goal, every accomplishment is built. And without it, even the most brilliant plans, the most talented skills, the most promising opportunities can falter, can fail, can slip through your fingers. Because the mind is the battlefield where every victory and every defeat is first determined. And if you do not believe in yourself, if you do not have faith in your own abilities, if you do not recognize your own value, then every challenge becomes insurmountable, every obstacle becomes a wall, every dream becomes a mirage that fades the moment you reach for it. And yet, the moment you decide to believe in yourself, the moment you embrace your worth, the moment you recognize that you are capable, you are strong, you are resilient, you are deserving of everything you desire, a shift happens, a transformation occurs, a spark ignites within you that nothing and no one can extinguish, because self-belief is not just a feeling, it is a force, a power, a driving energy that propels you forward, even when the world doubts you, even when circumstances are against you, even when the voice of fear is loudest, even when the path is unclear, even when failure seems inevitable. And it begins with a simple choice, a choice to no longer allow self-doubt to dictate your actions, a choice to no longer listen to the whispers of fear that tell you that you are not enough, a choice to no longer let past mistakes, past disappointments, past failures define your future, because you are not the sum of your setbacks, you are not the reflection of the times you fell, you are not limited by the opinions of others, you are defined by your belief in yourself, your courage to keep moving forward, your determination to rise every time you fall, and your commitment to never give up. And so it all starts with you making the decision today, right now, to see yourself differently, to speak to yourself differently, to act in a way that reflects your worth, to honor your own potential, to trust that you have everything you need inside of you to achieve the greatness that is waiting for you, because nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop a person who believes in themselves. Nothing can hold back a mind that is determined. Nothing can prevent a heart that is committed. Nothing can defeat a spirit that refuses to surrender. And yet, too many people live their lives allowing doubt to control them, allowing fear to limit them, allowing other people's opinions to define them, allowing circumstances to dictate what is possible and what is impossible. And they forget, or they never realize, that the most important approval they need, the most crucial validation, the most powerful support, comes not from the world outside, but from the world inside, from the belief they carry in themselves, from the conviction that they are capable, from the courage to step into their own power. And when you begin to believe in yourself, you start to see opportunities that were invisible before. You start to take risks that you would have avoided. You start to push boundaries that you once thought were limits. You start to create a life that reflects your true potential, because belief is not passive. Belief is not wishful thinking. Belief is active. Belief drives action. Belief fuels persistence. Belief shapes mindset. Belief determines choices. Belief turns vision into reality. And without it, every plan, every strategy, every skill, every talent, no matter how exceptional, cannot reach its full potential. And so the journey of greatness, the journey of success, the journey of fulfillment begins and ends with belief in yourself, because once you accept that you are capable, once you accept that you are worthy, once you accept that you have the strength to overcome, the wisdom to learn, and the courage to persist, then there is nothing that can stop you, nothing that can hold you back, nothing that can limit your progress, and you begin to live in a way that aligns with your highest self, a life of purpose, a life of impact, a life of achievement, a life of abundance. And this belief does not mean that challenges will disappear. It does not mean that failures will never happen. It does not mean that life will be easy. Because life is not easy. Life is not fair. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. Life will try to convince you that you are not enough. But when you believe in yourself, when your belief is unwavering, when it is unshakable, when it is absolute, those challenges no longer define you. Those failures no longer control you. Those obstacles no longer stop you, because your inner conviction, your self-beliefs, becomes stronger than any external force, becomes more powerful than any temporary setback, becomes the foundation upon which you build resilience, perseverance, and ultimate success. And you start to see that every difficulty, every rejection, every disappointment, every no that you encounter is actually an opportunity in disguise, a lesson to teach you, a moment to shape you, a push to propel you forward. And because you believe in yourself, you do not crumble under pressure. You do not succumb to doubt. You do not give up when things get hard. Instead, you rise, you adapt, you learn, you grow, you persist, and you keep moving forward, because belief fuels determination. Belief fuels creativity. Belief fuels courage. Belief fuels leadership. Belief fuels action. And action fueled by belief is unstoppable. And it starts with understanding that your past does not define you. Your circumstances do not limit you. Your failures do not determine your future. Your weaknesses do not control your destiny. Your doubts do not dictate your outcome. Because the only thing that truly matters is what you believe about yourself. And when you choose to believe that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can overcome, that you can achieve, that you can rise above, that you can succeed, then you start to act in ways that reflect that belief. And actions aligned with belief produce results that reinforce belief that grows stronger every day. And the cycle continues until your life is a testament to the power of believing in yourself. And this belief is not arrogant. It is not boastful. It is not about thinking you are better than anyone else. It is about recognizing your own value, acknowledging your own potential, honoring your own journey, committing to your own growth. Because when you understand your worth, when you embrace your abilities, when you accept your power, then you naturally act in ways that bring out your best, that create opportunities, that attract success, that inspire others, that transform challenges into victories, that turn dreams into realities, that make life not only better for you, but for everyone you encounter. And the beauty of self-belief is that it is contagious. It inspires others to see their potential. It motivates others to take action. It lights a spark in people who were ready to give up. And the world begins to change, not because the world has shifted, but because you, by believing in yourself, have become a force for possibility, a catalyst for transformation, a living example of what is achievable when a person refuses to doubt themselves, refuses to settle, refuses to let fear control their decisions, and refuses to listen to the voices that say, you cannot, because your belief is louder, your faith is stronger, your persistence is greater, your courage is deeper, and your commitment is unwavering. And when you operate from that space of belief, you begin to see doors open that were once closed, opportunities appear that were once invisible, guidance comes when you need it, support shows up when you least expect it, and the universe aligns with your dedication and your conviction because energy responds to focus, because effort responds to intention, because action responds to belief. And so it is essential that you cultivate this belief, nurture it, protect it, strengthen it every single day, because every thought, every word, every action either reinforces your belief or erodes it. And if you allow negativity, doubt, fear, comparison, and criticism to dominate your mind, your belief will weaken, your momentum will stall, and your potential will be left untapped. But if you consistently feed yourself with positive thoughts, affirmations of your worth, evidence of your capabilities, reflections on past victories, reminders of your resilience, stories of those who overcame similar struggles, and daily practices that reinforce your self-worth, then your belief becomes bulletproof, unshakable, unstoppable, and nothing can derail you from the path of success, fulfillment, and greatness, because belief is not just a feeling, it is a lifestyle, it is a habit, it is a choice, it is a commitment to yourself, it is the recognition that no matter what the world throws at you, no matter how many obstacles appear, no matter how many people doubt you, no matter how many setbacks occur, you will continue, you will rise, you will achieve, you will persist, you will trust, you will act, and you will win because you believe, because you have faith, because you know your worth, because you honor your potential, because you refuse to let fear dictate your story, because you choose to see yourself as capable, as worthy, as powerful, as unstoppable, as extraordinary, as resilient, as determined, as courageous, as deserving of every success, every opportunity, every blessing, and every dream that exists within you, because believing in yourself is the single most powerful force that can transform your life. And it is available to you right here, right now, in this moment, if you choose to claim it, if you choose to embrace it, if you choose to act on it, if you choose to make it the foundation of every decision, every action, every thought, every day. And from this belief, everything else grows, everything else aligns, everything else becomes possible, everything else becomes achievable. And so it is not enough to say you believe. It is not enough to think you believe. It is not enough to hope you believe. You must live it, breathe it, act on it, reinforce it, protect it, nurture it, and let it guide every step, every choice, every action you take, because your life, your success, your destiny, your fulfillment, your greatness depends on this belief, depends on this commitment, depends on this unwavering faith in yourself. Consistency is the silent force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. The steady, unrelenting commitment to showing up, to doing the work, to taking action, even when results are not immediate, even when progress seems invisible, even when the world does not recognize or reward your effort. Because the truth is, success is not built on occasional bursts of energy or fleeting moments of motivation. It is built on the quiet, disciplined repetition of actions that align with your goals day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And every small step you take, every choice to keep moving forward, every refusal to quit compounds into results that become unstoppable, irreversible, undeniable. And yet, too many people fail not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunity, but because they fail to remain consistent. They start strong. They begin with passions. They begin with fire in their hearts. But as the days pass, as the weeks go by, as challenges emerge, as fatigue sets in, as results do not appear instantly, they waver, they doubt, they hesitate, and they allow themselves to drift away from the very actions that will eventually lead them to victory. And this is why consistency is the real key to success. This is why the daily grind, the routines, the repeated effort, the commitment to keep showing up is far more important than talent, intelligence, or even luck. Because talent without consistency fizzles, intelligence without consistency is wasted, luck without consistency is fleeting. And without consistency, dreams remain just that, dreams, distant visions that never materialize, while those who choose to persist, who choose to act every day, who choose to honor their commitments, who choose to remain steady and disciplined, build momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. Momentum carries you forward even when obstacles arise. Momentum pushes you past setbacks. Momentum allows you to achieve results that once seemed impossible. And it all begins with the choice to show up day in and day out, even when you do not feel like it, even when you are tired, even when you are discouraged, even when nothing seems to be working, because consistency is not a feeling, it is a discipline. It is a habit. It is a commitment. It is a choice to act regardless of circumstance, regardless of emotion, regardless of external validation. And every single action you take consistently adds up, compounds, creates leverage, builds results, shapes habits, strengthens character, and transforms your life in ways that are gradual, subtle, yet unstoppable. Because the person who chooses consistency understands that greatness is not achieved overnight, that success is not immediate, that mastery is not instant, and that the journey requires persistent, focused, deliberate effort over long periods of time. And this is why you must honor the process. You must trust the repetition. You must respect the small actions that accumulate into monumental results. Because every day you do the right things, every day you show up, every day you put in the work, you are building the foundation of the life you want. You are stacking the bricks of your legacy. You are creating momentum that no setback can break, no criticism can deter, no obstacle can stop. And yet, too many people underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. They look for shortcuts. They look for instant results. They look for quick fixes. They look for overnight success. And they fail to realize that the true path to lasting achievement is paved with consistent, deliberate, intentional effort, repeated without fail, repeated without hesitation, repeated with faith in the process, it's repeated with trust in the outcome, because success favors those who are relentless, those who persist, those who do not give up, those who refuse to quit, those who understand that showing up consistently, even when it is difficult, is what separates the winners from the dreamers, the achievers from the observers, the extraordinary from the ordinary. And consistency is not just about effort. It is about alignment. It is about focusing your actions on the things that truly matter, the choices that move you forward, the habits that create progress, because mindless repetition without direction is useless. But deliberate repetition with focus is powerful beyond measure. And every moment that you commit to consistency, every day that you honor your plan, every hour that you remain disciplined, every action that aligns with your goals compounds into results that eventually become unstoppable, inevitable, undeniable. And history is filled with examples of those who succeeded, not because they were the smartest, not because they were the luckiest, not because they had the perfect circumstances, but because they refused to quit, because they persisted, because they remained consistent, because they understood that the only way to achieve anything of lasting value is to show up, do the work, take action, and remain steadfast, even when it is hard, even when it is boring, even when it feels repetitive, even when the results are not immediately visible, even when the world does not notice. Because the person who stays consistent eventually creates results that are visible, undeniable, and life-changing. And this is the secret that many overlook. This is the principle that the successful understand intuitively. This is the force that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary stories, because consistent action builds skill. Consistent action builds confidence. Consistent action builds discipline. Consistent action builds resilience. Consistent action builds momentum, and momentum, once established, becomes a self-sustaining force that carries you forward through setbacks, through challenges, through fatigue, through doubt, through fear, through uncertainty, through every trial that life presents. And the beauty of consistency is that it works even when your motivation fades, even when your inspiration diminishes, even when your excitement wanes, because it is not based on emotion. It is based on disciplines. It is based on habit. It is based on a commitment to yourself and your vision. And every time you honor that commitment, every time you take that consistent step, every time you persist through difficulty, you are building a life of extraordinary achievement, a life that reflects your potential, a life that aligns with your purpose, a life that inspires others, a life that transforms not only you but the people around you, because the person who is consistent becomes reliable, becomes trustworthy, becomes unstoppable, becomes a living example of what dedication, perseverance, and repeated effort can achieve. And this is why you must commit to consistency. You must prioritize it above fleeting feelings, above temporary distractions, above the opinions of others, above the temptations to quit, because your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your potential, your destiny all depend on your ability to remain steadfast, to act daily, to persist relentlessly, and to trust the process. And every time you overcome the temptation to stop, every time you push through resistance, every time you choose action over inaction, you strengthen your resolve, you reinforce your habits, you deepen your momentum, you increase your chances of success, and eventually the results that once seemed distant, that once seemed impossible, that once seemed unattainable, will manifest, will arrive, will become undeniable, and your life will change forever, because consistency compounds, consistency multiplies, consistency creates leverage. Consistency is the bridge between effort and outcome, between potential and reality, between dreams and achievement. And those who honor consistency understand that no single day, no single effort, no single victory is what creates success. It is the accumulation, the repeated effort, the unwavering commitment over time, the quiet dedication that eventually produces monumental results. And this is why you must embrace the process. You must respect it. You must commit to it, because the life you desire, the success you dream of, the goals you hope to achieve, all depend on your willingness to stay consistent, to show up, to take action, to persist, to refuse to quit, to remain disciplined, to remain focused, to keep moving forward, to keep building, to keep growing, to keep striving, and to do so relentlessly, because momentum once built is unstoppable, and the person who is consistent, who refuses to give up, who keeps taking action even when it is hard, who maintains faith in the process, who continues to grow, learn, and improve, becomes a force that nothing can stop, nothing can deter, nothing can defeat, and eventually the results that were once distant invisible, impossible, manifest, become undeniable, life-changing, and extraordinary, because consistency is the hidden power behind every achievement, every breakthrough, every success story, every victory, and every life transformed. And when you make consistency your priority, your commitment, your discipline, your daily practice, your non-negotiable standard, you align yourself with the natural laws of success, you harness the power of compounding, you create unstoppable momentum, you build resilience, you cultivate discipline, and you position yourself to achieve everything you were meant to achieve, because consistent action, repeated with purpose, repeated with focus, repeated with discipline, repeated without fail, repeated even when it is hard, repeated even when it is inconvenience, repeated even when no one notices, repeated every single day is the difference between ordinary lives and extraordinary legacies, between fleeting dreams and lasting achievements, between average results and remarkable success. And so it is imperative that you commit, that you persist, that you remain consistent, that you honor your plan, that you trust the process, that you act daily, that you do not give up, that you stay disciplined, that you focus on the long-term vision, that you embrace the journey, that you accept the work, that you endure the grind, that you keep showing up, that you keep delivering, that you keep learning, that you keep growing, that you keep taking action, that you never quit, that you never settle, and that you recognize that every step, every action, every day, every moment counts, compounds, and moves you closer to the life you dream of, the success you desire, the potential you were born to fulfill, the greatness you were created to achieve, because consistency is not a choice. It is the path. It is the bridge. It is the engine. It is the foundation. It is the force that transforms effort into results, dreams into reality, vision into achievement, and ordinary people into extraordinary winners. And the moment you fully understand and embrace this truth, the moment you commit yourself to consistency, the moment you act relentlessly, persistently, daily, without excuses, without hesitation, without compromise, without fail, you begin to experience the life-changing, destiny-altering, unstoppable power that consistency provides. And that is the key to achieving everything you were meant to achieve, everything you were designed to accomplish, everything you dreamed was possible, everything you are capable of, and everything that will leave a legacy, because consistency is the secret, the principle, the force, the driving engine, the unbreakable path to success. And once you commit, once you act, once you persist, once you endure, once you show up, once you remain steadfast, nothing can stop you, nothing can hold you back, nothing can prevent you from living the life you were destined to live, achieving the results you were meant to achieve, and becoming the person you were created to be, because consistency, repeated daily, relentlessly, persistently, intentionally, purposefully, is the ultimate key to success, fulfillment, achievement, and greatness.